It's been 1 day since Bad Blood, and like my brother Alan Owen said, there's a lot of bad blood on Bad Blood. Now, as corny and as cringy as that sound, it cannot be denied that it is the God honest truth. Right? So today, for my first stream, we will talk about Bad Blood, winners, losers, takeaways, and obviously, I would chat it up with you guys, take some of you guys' questions, and see what you guys think. With that said, my name is Brian, aka Vigilante Talks. So let's talk about it because that's what you follow me for, or should follow me. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right? So I was supposedly live for about 20 minutes talking to my goddamn self until my wife texted me and said we can't see nothing. So hopefully now you guys can see me after 20 minutes of just chit chatting to my goddamn self. Oh man, that shit was ridiculous. Anyways, Bad Blood was a great pay-per-view. Is a great PLE that made me feel amazing to sit down and watch a PLE in a long time, right? It was almost perfect. It was only like two things I didn't like about Bad Blood. But anything else, man, I was I fell in love with this pay-per-view. So we're gonna break it down little by little, and we're gonna start with the first match, Hell in a Cell, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Hey, don't be laughing at me. I swear I was talking about. Listen, I'm gonna start talking about Drew McIntyre and CM Punk right now, but in the supposedly live that I had by my goddamn self, right? I was already ending the Nia Jax conversation. I swear to God, I was already talking about Nia Jax and all of that. I was talking about the cash in. Oh my God, man. But well, let's get started. I'm gonna try to be as passionate as I was when I was talking to myself when it comes to CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. So CM Punk and Drew McIntyre have this months long rivalry where CM Punk and Drew McIntyre culminated this Saturday in a hell of a cell, in a hell of a match, and they put a name to Bad Blood. Like, not only there was bad blood between them, but there was a lot of fucking blood in this match, and I fucking and I loved it. Right? It was great. The match, these guys have a lot of chemistry. Aside from having great chemistry, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are believable. We know there's a history between them. We know that they have personal problems, right? Whether they fix their personal problems and they got over it, we don't know. But the best thing is that we don't know, because that makes every word they say to each other, every punch, everything they do seem so real and mean something. Correct? So the match had was about half hour long, and I loved it, right? I felt, yes, like Garrett said, I felt like I was watching a PG era all over again. And not a PG era, man. I'm gonna say it an attitude era match. And I loved it. I mean, both guys bled, both guys suffered tremendous pain and inside and out. The best thing about this match, though, if you pay attention to it, not one of these guys try to climb the ladder. Like, they were there to beat each other up, and that's what they did. They went in there to beat each other up, and they beat each other up. The expectations for this match were high. The expectations for this match were these guys are gonna kill it, and that's exactly what the fuck they did, right? I'm not gonna go down into breaking step by step everything that happened, because I'm pretty sure if you are here watching this video and you're here watching this live, or this video once the live is done and is on the YouTube channel, that means that you watched this match and you seen what happened. And man, it was great, right? So they had callbacks. The callback to Stone Cold Steve Austin was amazing, right? When he fainted when Bret Hart, and I'm gonna talk about Bret Hart and Stone Cold later on. Um, the CM Punk wearing the outfit that paid homage to HBK. CM Punk has been doing that a lot lately, and I could tell you that I appreciate it. As a HBK guy, I can appreciate anytime people are able to show HBK some respect and HBK some love. I think HBK needs more than that because people don't talk about Shawn Michaels the way they should be talking about Shawn Michaels. And mind you, they talk about Shawn Michaels really good, correct? So the match had a great momentum, right? It had a great flow. It went perfect. Like it wasn't overly fast. It wasn't overly slow. Both guys sold tremendously well. The storytelling was to a point that you didn't even have to think too hard, right? You knew when you was watching, okay, these two guys don't like each other. Uh uh if you were a random person that just stumbled into the pay-per-view, you knew, okay, these two guys don't like each other. You know, they were able to show us that through the screen with their body language, the things they were saying to each other, and it was great. It ended amazingly in the sense that, Drew McIntyre had that bag where we thought it was gonna be the thumbtacks. I'm glad it wasn't. And then just the swerve to it, right? When he went and spilled it over CM Punk, and it was the beads from the bracelet that started this whole situation. It was like an amazing callback. Then the last GTS with the chain around his leg, and CM Punk getting the win. And right there is my only thing. I don't think the right guy won this match. I think Drew McIntyre should have won this match. He went in a hell of a cell, 0 for 2, and I think he never won a Hell of a Cell. I think this would have been great for the Drew McIntyre character to walk out of this not only beating CM Punk, but being the first Hell in a Cell that he wins. But I'm okay with it, only because they were able to still put Drew McIntyre over, in a sense that the only reason why CM Punk won was because Drew McIntyre did the Drew McIntyre shit and he got petty. If he would have never gotten petty with that bag, Drew McIntyre would have won this match. And the storytelling was great. Even after the match, right? When CM Punk walks out the cage and he could barely get up, and they helping him out, and he's like, somebody call my wife, and all of that. All of that is part of the story, and all of that is part of the things that sells that he barely won, correct? Because even at the end of the match, he's on the floor being they put in an IV on him and all of this, and Drew McIntyre is just standing in the ring like, yo, I can't believe I fucking lost this. So they still managed to put Drew McIntyre over, and I'm okay with that. But honestly, I think Drew McIntyre should have won this match. Now, this match, right? I can't believe I'm saying this again, man. I spoke about this for 24 minutes. Can you guys believe that? If you're still here in the chat, give me some likes for that, because I'm repeating it just for you guys. After 20 minutes of talking to myself, I'm back and talking about this. But this match was supposed to end this feud between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. And ironically, in a good way, let me just tell you, WWE, that will not happen. It will not. It will not happen, where this match between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk ended this feud. Let me just tell you that this match was so great. This feud has been so great and so amazing that I think CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are destined to fight forever. Not many times and not many wrestling companies have the luck to strike gold and then end up having two people that face each other, and every match is a banger, and they could do it over and over and over and over again, and every time they do it, we're gonna like it. And I think that's what's gonna happen, and I think that's what just happened with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. This is, right now, I'm putting CM Punk and Drew McIntyre in the same spot where I put rivalries like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, The Rock and Stone Cold, right? John Cena and Randy Orton, where they've been rivals their whole lives. And, that's exactly what I think is going to happen with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, as much as WWE are trying to say that this is over. It's not over. I mean, you got to look at it this way. At some point, a year from now, whatever time from now, one of them has to become a world heavyweight champion, and one of them is gonna have to challenge the other. Like, this is not done. Drew McIntyre and CM Punk is not done. Can they take breaks in between them? Yes, but look at what happened with Bret Hart, right? Bret Hart took a break from Shawn Michaels, and then he got into this long time rivalry with Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's just wrestlers that are like that, and I think CM Punk is one of those. So he's in this beef, and it's gonna last forever, right? With Drew McIntyre, but once he get into this feud with Seth Rollins, the same thing is gonna happen. And you know what I mean, like, CM Punk is just one of those guys where you have lifetime beef, and that's it. That's just the way it is. And it's the great thing about CM Punk. That's one thing that we like about him. And yeah, man, and ironically, right? There's another set of people right now in the WWE who are becoming part of this list of lifetime rivalry. And I'm talking about Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. Carmelo Hayes and Andrade have what, 5-6 matches already? All of those matches have been bangers. At some point, Carmelo Hayes and Andrade are gonna beef over the United States Championship. At some point, they're gonna beef over a heavy one of the heavyweight titles. You understand what I'm saying? And it's something that we know whenever we look at a card and we see Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. We know, oh yeah, that's a banger. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what's happening with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, and I fucking love it. And CM Punk just, there you go. Dread, CM Punk just know how to draw heat. That's just the way it is. If we could get a Seth Rollins that snapped back on some clown shit, I could just imagine the feud that's gonna ensue between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. That shit is about to be epic. You know what I mean? So no matter, some people say, Garrett didn't say it just like this, but some people would say, I hate CM Punk. Well, WWE love when you hate a wrestler, because that means that you're gonna watch it. Whenever that wrestler's on, you're gonna watch it, right? I don't like Cody Rhodes too much. I don't like Cody Rhodes' character too much. But because I don't like him too much, I watch it. I want to see how he gonna fuck up today. But at this point, I think now, starting tomorrow, Seth's mission now is to elevate Bronson Reed. Yes, Garrett. It's to elevate Bronson Reed. WWE needs to have enough wrestlers that you could say, no matter who's on, there's going to be banging matches when they go to Netflix. When they go to Netflix, they first 6 months gotta feel like we watching a PLE every night. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that they getting ready for that to happen. I think Seth is gonna put Bronson over. If Seth cannot put Bronson over, nobody will put Bronson over. And right now, Bronson is at a good spot. But going back to Bad Blood, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, I give it a 9 out of 10. It was a great match that left up to the expectations and set the tone for the rest of the show. And gotta give it to them. As much as some people might not like Seth Rollins and some people might not like Drew McIntyre, if there's one thing that you like, it's the way that those two guys hate and hit each other. The next match was WWE Women's Champion Bayley versus Nia Jax. So I'm not gonna dive too much into this match. And the only reason why is because there's not too much to dive into this match. This match gave us exactly what we thought it was going to give us. Um, it was going to be a good match that was going to give us a cash in attempt at some point, and that's exactly what we got. Now, a lot of people don't like Nia Jax for whatever reason, but Nia Jax is great. She knows how to work her character. And then when you put Nia Jax with somebody who could take pain and somebody who could take getting destroyed, and someone who's gonna sell Nia Jax being a strong person, it gets the best out of her. And Bayley knows how to do that. If there's somebody that could take pain and punishment, it's gonna be Bayley. So this match went smooth, went really smooth. It was great timing. You got to think about one thing though, being the match right after a Hell in a Cell with names like CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, and not get lost in the card is a fucking task. I think that Bayley and Nia Jax had the hardest thing to do, and they fucking did it. I think they did it. I'm not gonna say it was the wow perfect match, but it was a great match. It had enough selling. It had enough momentum. Nia Jax doing a Bayley to belly suplex. Come on now, Bayley with the Samoan drop on Nia Jax. Come on, that was great. And yo, I don't care how much you guys think you hate Bayley. I mean, not Bayley, Nia Jax, and all that. Nia Jax has been the only person to be able to pull off the Undertaker get up. Can nobody do the Undertaker get up like Nia Jax? Yo, that shit was amazing. But at the end of the day, the shenanigans that we all knew and we all thought was gonna happen happened. You know what I mean? Tiffany Stratton came in, pulled up, about to do a cash in, which that's when Nia Jax did the Undertaker roll up, and surprised her. But then at the end, I keep calling her Trish. Tiffany helped Nia win. Now this is my thing. I want to see what you guys think. Right? What's next for Bayley? Because other than Nia Jax, the only story that Bayley have going is Naomi. Naomi doesn't have any other story going. So, do we get a tag team between Bayley and Naomi? I'm gonna let y'all think on that for a second. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Yo, Bayley and Naomi could probably be one of the few women's tag teams that can be believable to actually beat Bianca and Jade. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't see no other women's tag team being able to go toe to toe with Bayley and Jade, with Jade and Bianca. But I could see this. There's another tag team, and we're gonna talk about that later. That I could see happening. But yeah, man. I give that match what I say, an 8 out of 10. I think the match was great. And I liked it. I really liked it. Next we had Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. Now, I like the little touch. They did on Finn Balor's entrance when he had the executioner mask on. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm gonna battle the punishment, but I'm gonna be an executioner. So that was a good match. I really like the match. I have a little problem with the way Triple H is handling the Judgment Day, and this is why I told y'all in the beginning, this Bad Blood pay-per-view was almost perfect. This match right here, as a matter of fact, anything that has to do with the Judgment Day was what didn't make this pay-per-view perfect to me. So we got to a point where, you know, Damian Priest and Finn was giving us a great match. And then we got the usual Judgment Day shenanigan where they came in and they interrupted the match and all of that. Um Finn Balor hit Damian Priest with three coup de grace, three finishers, back to back to back to back. And somehow Damian Priest got up like it was nothing, grabbed him, finisher, done. Bro, I despise what WWE is doing to Finn Balor. Like, why are you guys disrespecting Finn Balor this way? Why are you guys disrespecting Finn Balor to the point where he gotta hit his finisher 3 times? Aside from that, he needed help from his crew and still lose. It was unnecessary. I think that this match should have been left alone. This match should have been a clean match, a clean one-on-one between Finn Balor and Damian Priest. I think both of these guys deserve it. I think it's about time they stop disrespecting Finn Balor that way. Uh, I'm interested to see how the group recovers now from this loss. Was the booking is gonna be like from now on? Because right now is in my book, this book is in questioning because I don't know, I don't know what in the hell they are doing with the Judgment Day. Like at this point, the Judgment Day is useless. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what is their place? And I think they need to already separate Damian Priest and Finn Balor. They need to separate that beef. That needs to stop. I think the best thing that could happen to the Judgment Day right now is for them to start beefing with like LWO and have them beat LWO so then they could look a little stronger and going towards Survivor Series. Maybe the Wyatt Six could be probably the best thing that could happen to the Judgment Day, because if they keep having the Judgment Day going at Rhea and Damian Priest, Triple H is gonna continue to have the Judgment Day look ridiculously like super weak to the point where we're not gonna believe anything about the Judgment Day. Oh, Hood Yoda said, I'm sorry, the Jax Bayley match was not great. It was botch after botch after botch. The crowd was booing. I mean, bro, the thing is, whenever I look at matches, I don't look at those things. And the only reason why is this is live, bro. Like these people, it's not a video game where you're pressing up B A and the moves happen. Like these people are live. Like these people are there. Mistakes are supposed to happen. I mean, I'm looking at the storytelling. I'm looking at how this match is gonna further their stories, is gonna push the character over or lower. You know what I mean? I'm not looking at those little mistakes and stuff like that, because it's going to happen, bro. They're humans, and at some point, humans make mistake. I mean, there was a huge mistake in the Rhea match and Liv, and we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. I think that's actually the next match, right? Right after Damian Priest and them. After Damian Priest, we had the Women's World Championship between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan with Dom on a shark cage. Now, uh, of the bat, the shark cage was fucking useless and unnecessary. That shit was nonsense. What was the whole point of having Dominic Mysterio in a shark cage if at some point during the match he was gonna manage to open it and just hang over the damn cage? But we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that because, bro, That shit, that shit was that shit was so fucking unnecessary. Like, what was the point of having him in a fucking cage? All right, but let's bring it to the top. All right, let's let me not get ahead of myself. Let's bring it to the top. Dominic came in a low rider, of course. You know, repping for my boy, for my man Eddie Guerrero, which was amazing. With Liv, I love that part. You understand what I'm saying? There's something about Dominic that a lot of people don't know. Every match, every show, every outfit he wears, and every action that he does represents a wrestler from lucha libre or a Mexican wrestler. Like, even his outfits have pieces of things that other wrestlers from Mexico, like Mexican lucha libres, use. I probably will make a video breaking that down. And yeah, that's one of those things. Well, that's one of those things that I love about Dominic Mysterio. It was great. Now to the match, right? Um, my problem with this match is one of the things that I love, and that is Triple H books Rhea Ripley as a monster that will not lose. For him to be able to do that, he has to book Liv Morgan as a weakling that needs her boyfriend. Correct? And I think because Liv is the women's champion, we need to get past that a little bit. We need to get past the fact that that Rhea is this monster that Liv cannot beat, especially because their fucking chemistry is great, bro. Like, Rhea and Liv Morgan have great chemistry in ring. They got great chemistry on their promo. Like, you could tell they feed off of each other, and I fucking loved it, right? But okay, the match went on. The match was amazing. I don't know if you guys on the chat, drop a one in the chat if you're one of these people that go online and you look for the leaks before the PLE start. I'm not like that. I try to avoid um social media the week of the PLE. If you pay attention, right, and you go to my Instagram, this week that Bad Blood was coming out, I probably posted twice. And it was Monday and Tuesday last week. Because I try to stay away from social media because I don't want to see no leaks, right? And you know, the shark cage, I knew it was there for a reason. I thought, Dominic is gonna do some slick shit where he's gonna grab something and throw it in the ring. But then that didn't happen because the shark cage was set at the ramp, which was really good. It was higher than I thought it would be. Which looks kind of cool, but at the end of the day, I still think is fucking nonsense, and it was nonsensical foolishness that they that they fucking did that. Bro, I still don't understand what the hell was the whole point of the shark cage, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, so he got that joint to open somehow, and he fell and he was hanging for it. I like little touches here and there. I pay attention to little details. Do you guys notice that Rhea was doing the shimmy when she was about to do the frog splash, but then she stopped halfway, and instead she did the yeet? That was cool. That was cool to see. And then, okay, that happens. She comes up to the ref and she tells the ref, "I'll be back. Give me a minute. I got business to handle." And the ref goes, "Yeah, go ahead. You deserve it." Okay. You know what I mean? We're not biased here. So then she goes, grab a candlestick, and she start beating Dominic like a piñata. And then out of nowhere, Raquel Rodriguez made her return and hit Rhea and got a disqualification. First off, if I'm not mistaken, when the match started, Michael Cole told Corey, keep in mind that the only way to win is pinfall of submission, there's no disqualification. I swear that I heard that. If I didn't hear it, maybe I'm wrong. But even what happened afterwards proves that that was the idea. And I'm going to tell you why. So when Raquel comes in and she interrupts and she hits Rhea, she throws Rhea in the ring. She does her finisher on Rhea. I always forget what her finisher is. And then the next thing the bell rings. But the next thing that Raquel does is she drags Liv Morgan on top of Rhea so they could count the 1, 2, 3. But how are you supposed to count 1, 2, 3 if they rang the bell for disqualification? I think that there was a botch anywhere between either the ref or somebody botched. I don't think that belt what's supposed to happen. I don't think it was supposed to happen, right? Because you could tell that match was supposed to end with Liv Morgan winning by a pinfall. That's why Raquel placed her on top. Okay, whatever. Raquel plays it off and takes her off. And then, whatever, they celebrate. But I think that part right there fucked up the whole plan of Raquel coming back, right? Little things as counting 1, 2, 3 in a championship match go further than what some people may think, right? Because right now, Rhea won by disqualification. But if that botch would have never happened and Raquel would have gotten Liv Morgan to get the 1, 2, 3, Rhea cannot challenge for the title anymore. And that's how you get the Raquel and Rhea situation starting from this point forward. I think that somehow they fucked it up. It wasn't supposed to happen that way. It actually would have made a lot more sense for you to say Rhea lost because of Raquel. But now it's not Rhea lost because of Raquel, because Rhea didn't lose. She just won by disqualification. It was fucking overbooked, in my opinion. It was overbooked. Triple H tried to do too much. It was overbooked to a point where he wanted to make sure that Rhea doesn't take an L for whatever reason it is, and that L would have been perfectly fine. I think Rhea is at a level where her taking a loss is not going to do anything to her stack. She's going to be perfectly fine, right? For those of you guys that have been watching wrestling long enough, when I saw Raquel come back and hit her finisher on Rhea, right? It was like it was something of a movie. Time stopped and I thought for like 5-10 minutes. If you guys have been watching wrestling for long enough, you should know Raquel and Rhea Ripley in a ring, it's a fucking banger. Like, they have bangers after bangers after bangers. I thought, oh man, they about to go in. And it still might happen. It still might happen where now the beef might be and should be between Raquel and Rhea Ripley. That way we fucking take a break from Liv Morgan and Raquel and Rhea for a while. But it kind of took away from Raquel's return, if you ask me. Let me read what some of you guys said. Big Black says someone messed up. Yo, for real, someone did messed up. Something didn't play out right. It didn't. That's my brother Edwin. He said, and the referee was probably forced to ring the bell. I think the referee was the one who botched it, to be honest with you, bro. If you ask me, I think he was the one that botched it. Raquel gives it to JD with oh, come on, bro. I can't believe you made me read that. Hey, yo, chat, you need to stop, bro. You need to stop. I agree, because she didn't even lose to Rhea in the Elimination Chamber. Yes, Raquel didn't lose to Rhea. So from NXT, from the time in NXT till now, there's only been 2 wrestlers, right, that has been sold as we could put the beats to Rhea. And is Raquel Rodriguez and Charlotte Flair, right? Those are the 2 people that you could say when Rhea gets in the ring with them, well, we don't know if she's going to win this one. And they kind of fucked up her return, bro. Like, yo, if she would have Liv pin 1, 2, 3, it would have been fucking amazing, yo. And remember when I tell you guys that I take little things and I pay attention to, like, at one point during the match when they were talking about Dominic and all of that, Corey said, I hope one day she meets a guy with big muscles, maybe even Australian. That was kind of cool. That was a little reference to Rhea's husband, Buddy Matthews, right? That was kind of cool. I really liked it. I really like that they did that. Moving on. I'm gonna move on to the next one, and this next thing that I'm gonna move on, and I'm gonna talk about, may to you, some of you guys may be a little bit like, what the fuck is bitch talking about? But I need to put this out there. Crown Jewel champions. Bro. Triple H. That shit makes no fucking sense. We know that you guys love to please Saudi. And it's great because that's one of your biggest market. But that shit makes no sense. When you have one champion wrestle another champion, they become an undisputed champion, not a crown jewel champion. We need to stop the bullshit. Okay? We fucking need to stop this bullshit. All we doing with this is playing favorites. That's it. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna play favorite and it's gonna make one champion look weak. Right? So you have Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. Anybody that you ask right now, even Cody Rhodes fans, if you ask them right now, Cody Rhodes versus Gunther, even Cody Rhodes fans would tell you Gunther is winning. But when we go to Saudi for Crown Jewel, Cody versus Gunther, who do you think WWE is going to have win? It's stupid. This was the perfect opportunity. It was the perfect opportunity for Triple H to introduce women's mid-card titles. You should have given me a women's USA title and a women's Intercontinental title. One for Raw and one for SmackDown. That's what I should have gotten. There's way too many talents out there for you not to be able to put these matches. Now, let me tell you something. I know a lot of you going to say, oh, so you want to have it like AEW where we got a whole bunch of titles just floating around. No, it's not about have like AEW and have a bunch of titles floating around. To be honest with you, in my mind, right, Cody Rhodes and Gunther should only defend their titles in PLEs, right, in pay-per-views. Meanwhile, you have the USA title and you have the Intercontinental title on both women's and men to be able to have title matches during regular fucking Mondays and Friday nights. You guys got to understand what all this belts and all this championships mean, right? And I think it was the perfect time for you to do that. And regardless, for that, if you wasn't gonna do that, don't give me no freaking crown jewel. The last time they did this crown jewel shit, that belt was around for what, like half a year, maybe. So okay, let's say Cody wins the crown jewel champion, but then by next crown jewel, he's not the champion anymore. What happens then? Nothing happens. So this was stupid and unnecessary to us. I'm pretty sure in Saudi, I'm pretty sure them out there, they are loving this shit right now, that they're going to have their own belts and they're going to see the champions fighting each other and all of that. They should have done a tourney and final is for that belt. Cylinders. I agree. Instead of having a champion versus a champion, because all you're gonna do is mess up the stack on one of these champions, right? So Cody and Gunther face each other, and Cody wins. It makes Gunther looks weak, correct? But Gunther wins. It makes Cody look weak. You understand what I'm saying? And it goes on, even in the women's title, right? So you'll have what, Nia Jax and Liv Morgan facing each other. We already know who's supposed to win out of there. It's gonna make the other champion look weak. It's stupid. If you didn't want to give us the women mid card title, I agree with Chad 100%. It should have been a tournament so we could have a crown jewel champion. And what I think that determines is that whoever wins the crown jewel championship and at this crown jewels guarantees to have a main event at next year's crown jewel to defend this title. Like this title should be a crown jewel event, um, defended title only, and it should have been a tournament instead of champions. But whatever, we already know when it comes to crown jewel. To me, man, crown jewel is like if you're an anime fan, you're gonna understand exactly what I'm saying. Crown jewel is a non-canon episode. It's a filler episode. That's what that is to me. Like, oh man, I got so many issues. I got so many issues with this crown jewel shit that I can't believe I just spent 5 minutes talking about it. I should have just flown by it and go exactly to where you guys want me to go to, which is Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Okay, so this match, I was talking to my brother before the show started, and I told him this match right here was put together for two reasons. Reason number one, to sell tickets, right? Um, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns tag teaming sell tickets. It put asses on seats, and that's what this match was for. And reason number two is a reason to bring The Rock back and separate Cody Rhodes from the bloodline issue for a little bit. And the match did just that. The main event executed that, right? I made a whole video, right? Whenever, if you're not watching the live and you're watching the replay, the link is going to be around here somewhere to the video where I made 2 weeks before Bad Blood. And I predicted everything, step by step, everything that happened in this match. I already knew it was gonna happen, correct? And yeah, so yeah, chat, I got you. All right, so we had Forever Alone Sikoa and the Samoan Broly come out first. They look really good. Then you had the American Fairy Tale come in and to a band or whatever. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because Cody Rhodes fans hate the fact that I put Roman above Cody, but you got to look at things the way it happens. Cody is the WWE champion. Why isn't him the last person to enter the ring? But no, the last person to enter the ring is the tribal queef, Roman fucking Reigns, right? And so Roman comes in, they play their little can we coexist, right? Can we coexist? Can we coexist? And they did pretty good, right? At some point there was a moment where we thought that, because they kept teasing it throughout the time, is Roman gonna betray Cody? Is Roman gonna betray Cody? Is Roman gonna so at one point Cody was gonna go for a hot tag, and it looked like Roman just jumped off, but he didn't jump off. When the camera turned around, it was Jacob who pulled Roman. So the thing that you gotta look at is, and you gotta give it to WWE so well, especially in this match, right? The camera angles play such an important on everything that happened in this match. Everything that happened in this match, the camera angle was part of the storytelling. You know what I mean? So, they got a good match. For the first time, they made Solo look like Solo could you know fight with these guys. You know what I mean? They didn't make Solo look so weak. They made Solo look okay. And then Cody does the secondary character guy thing to do, which is, you know what, Roman, I'm gonna take the beast out. you handle this, sir. And he jumps off the third rope, right? Usually you don't expect the WWE champion to do that. You expect the other guy to do it. But in this situation, Cody is the other guy. As much as some of you guys don't want to admit it, Cody is the other guy in this situation. So Cody did that, and you got to give him props for doing that, right? It was a good spot. It was a really good spot. And then, Solo and Roman had their little one-on-one. If you pay attention to the match, they tried whatever they could to not give Roman and Jacob too much time along in the ring. You gotta understand, Solo is still the tribal chief to the new bloodline, and Jacob is the enforcer. For Roman to get his one-on-one with Solo at some point, he's gonna have to want a one-on-one with Jacob Fatu, and that match right there between the tribal queen and my team and my twin is a banger. Is a ticket seller. I mean, that match is gonna put asses in seats. You know what I mean? And so that happened, and then we go back to the camera angles that I'm talking about. When the Tangas came out and got involved, and they were on the side of the ring, right? We see the camera switch to from this, the camera switch to this. Right when, the usual angle when Solo's gonna spike somebody, but right when Solo was about to spike, he just stopped. He freezes, and all you see very far in the back is this guy in a hoodie with a bandana across his face. Bro, when I'm telling you, right? I don't know if my wife is watching the live. She should, because she should be the one supporting me, not Chad and Dread. But I love you, Chad and Dread. You guys are the best. When I'm telling you that I saw this guy in the back, I was like, fuck yes. Like, bro, I screamed, right? I got up. I started punching the air. I took my fucking Crocs and threw them across the living room, right? And my wife was with her friend in the kitchen, and then my wife tells her, he's been waiting for Jamie to come back for so long. And bro, I would tell you, I lost my shit. Yo, when I tell you that I lost my shit, right? Because, come on, Hood Yoda, yes, justice for Jimmy. It's about fucking time that Jimmy gets this type of love and respect. So check this out. Yesterday in the morning, I posted a picture of a graphic that I did with my man Jay with the Intercontinental title, and I posted a picture with my man Jimmy with the US title, and I quoted, "We still the ones," right? So when Jimmy showed up with the shirt that said, "They're not the ones," I said to my wife, I'm like, hey, I wasn't that far off. You know what I mean? Like, I knew when Jimmy returned, he was going to do a wordplay on the "we the ones" situation. And it worked out that way. So I was like, I felt accomplished. I was like, fuck it, yay. You know what I mean? I'm up there. I was right. But I enjoyed it. Jimmy did Jimmy things, which is, super kick here, super kick there. He got he got Roman to beat. I'm actually surprised that they gave Roman a clean win with Solo, but that only confirms that Roman is a full babyface right now. I don't care what nobody tell me. The tribal queef is a full babyface right now. He got a clean win, and then we get, the hug embrace between my man, the super kicker Triple M Jimmy Uso, and the tribal queef. And it was a moment where, if I wasn't a grown man, I probably would have shed a tear. Yeah, fuck that, I shed a tear. I was happy. You know what I mean? It was a beautiful moment, bro, when, they hugged each other and all that shit. And it was great. So then the match finishes. Roman and Jimmy about to leave. They walking out, they laughing and everything. And this is when Triple H proved to me again that that the conversation, whether if Roman is a heel or a tweener or whatever it is over. Roman is a full on babyface, man. Uh, you know, Cody was getting his ass jumped by by the deadline, and Jimmy said some words to him, and they turned around and they went and helped the American Fairy Tale. And when that happened, I was like, "Fuck! I lost them. We have lost Roman to the good guys. I cannot believe it. I'm gonna be forced to be a good guy now." And they went in there. The beautiful moment when Roman picks up the belt and he's staring at it and staring at it, and here comes the third babyface move of the night was the passing of the torch. Right, it hasn't happened between Roman and Cody until now. Roman literally just handed the belt to Cody, and my dreams were crushed at that moment. At that moment, I said, "Oh man, it's gonna take about another year and a half before we get Roman versus Cody 3." That was, out of all the things that I knew it was right, that was the one that hurt the most, right? Because now I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be friends with the Cody crybabies. They fucking annoying. We don't need this. No, Roman. But whatever. And then we are happy family, and then if you smell, and The Rock showed up. He walked in and he stood by the ramp. This is something that I think it was also kind of unnecessary. It was kind of foolish, the fact that The Rock just stood there and he just looked at them, and then he threw the one, and then he turned it into a two, and then he did the three, and then he did this shit, and then he turned the music back on and he left. I mean, obviously, if you have 3 cents of common sense, you know what he's trying to say. You know what I mean? The Rock is hurt. The Rock is upset, right? And you can't blame him. The Rock took on, hey guys, that right there is my man Tantalizing Tony, one of my favorite content creators. I appreciate you being here, man. I appreciate you showing up and giving me some love. You're the man, bro. You didn't have to do that $5 dono, but I love it. I appreciate you. So he did the 1, 2, 3. He did the one for the the bloodline, the 2, the 3, whatever. The whole situation here is The Rock is upset. The Rock is hurt. And the reason why The Rock is hurt is because Cody disrespected his family. Cody disrespected him. He decided to side with Roman because of family, and then he acknowledged Roman as the tribal chief, correct? But now, and then Roman lost to Cody. So they both leave, and now Roman comes back out of nowhere. Remember, for The Rock, the biggest thing during the WrestleMania run was family, 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 family. And fuck Cody, fuck Cody, fuck Cody. So now he comes back, and not only have Roman Reigns lost the championship, he lost being the tribal chief. He's fighting family with their common enemy, with their worst enemy. So that is the whole storyline here. The whole storyline here is the fact that the final boss is upset. Now, aside from kayfabe and all that, the only thing that I hate, and my brother could tell you, is growing up, I loved The Rock. The Rock was one of my favorite guys. The Rock became one of my least favorite guys because The Rock likes to come back whenever it's convenient to him. With all this Diddy shit going on and getting to the Hollywood situation, now he want to come back over here to the side of the good guys in the WWE. But it's okay. We're going to let you slide right now because you actually got a compelling, good story going on, Rocky. But I just don't like the fact that it didn't tell us anything, right? Then he did um this 5 minutes promo on the Instagram where all he did was call himself the final boss for 5 minutes, talking about what did the final boss think about this? What did the final boss think about this? The final boss think what did the final boss think about this? Like he was lost about what the fuck the final boss think. I watched 3 minutes of it and I never got what the final boss thought. So I thought myself out of that whole situation. Hopefully at some point we get a promo where the final boss finally gets his thoughts across and something is happening. Then talking about social media right now, the way the WWE is using social media is like they forcing you to follow them. Correct? They forcing you to follow them because their social media is playing a big part of the story, just like the TVs are. Okay, so we have hey chat, hey, for real, bro. So KO turned heel on Cody on social media, and we don't know why. We don't know what happened. My brother has a great theory that maybe it was Cody who turned on Kevin, and Kevin, buzz his ass like everybody else. Everybody that has problems with Cody, they just bully him around, right? So that could be a theory. It could be that Kevin went to tell him, "Yo, what's up, man? Why are you siding with this guy?" And or tell him something about Roman, and Cody says something like, "Well, he was the one that was there helping me, not you guys," kind of situation. You know what I mean? But we'll see how that play out. I know for a fact that starting this week, Cody's beef is gonna be with Kevin Owens because we need to have Cody out of this bloodline situation. The bloodlines are gonna be in cahoots with each other, right? That bloodline storyline doesn't need Cody at this moment, or Cody doesn't need the bloodline at this moment. He has enough with with Kevin Owens, and so going back to social media, this is where all plays a big part. Jay Uso reposted the video when Jimmy came back. Remember, Jimmy and Jay are supposed to be beefing. They when Jimmy left out of here, he was beefing, but Jay reposted that video when Jimmy made his return. He also reposted on Twitter the picture of Roman and Jimmy hugging each other. So that's letting me know. That's letting us know this situation where the OG bloodline are going to get back together. It's going to happen. This is a fact. This is no longer a prediction or a theory. It's going to happen. They letting us know it's going to happen. Are we going to get it for Survivor Series? I hope so. I hope that we do get the Bloodline War Games for Survivor Series. It will make a lot of sense. But overall, I'm excited for what's going on right now. What do you guys think on on Bad Blood? Right, let's give it from 1 to 10. What do you rate uh Bad Blood? I give it a total of 7.5. And the only reason why I give it a 7.5 is because um the two Judgment Day matches fucked it up for me. And what the icing in the cake on things that didn't go right for me was that Crown Jewel announcement. Like, man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's better ways to go at it. Like we said before, chat helped me put it together before. The Crown Jewel Championship should have been a tournament the that determined two people that will face each other to become the Crown Jewel champion. Whoever wins the Crown Jewel champion should be guaranteed a main event on the next Crown Jewel show to defend the Crown Jewel championship. That's what I think it should have been. Hood Yoda say, "Hey, would have been better if the Jax Bayley and the ugly ass belt was not a thing." Actually, bro, I don't have a problem with the Jackson Bayley match only because it progressed the story in a sense. But I know from what you said earlier, you didn't like the fact that there was a few botches in the match, and you were there live. So your experience might be completely different than mine at here. You know what I mean? Like watching it through the TV. Believe it or not, as somebody that have gone to shows, it's a different experience when you're able to look at the TV. And like I said earlier, the camera angles play a big part, and the commentary from Michael Cole or whoever is on commentary plays a big part on the story, and that's something that you don't experience when you're there watching live. You understand what I'm saying? You said that there was a lot of booing during the match. We didn't hear that. I didn't hear any booing throughout the whole show. You understand? The only time that I heard booing was when Gunther disrespected Goldberg, which wasn't a disrespect. Hey, don't get me wrong. Gunther has never spoke the truth so well before than yesterday. I mean, I don't care what nobody tell me. Goldberg was not a great wrestler, dog. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, bro, the carry, and this is the great thing about wrestling, right? The storytelling and what your character's supposed to be plays a big part. Goldberg's character was great. The story they were telling with Goldberg was great. Was he a great wrestler? Fuck no. Goldberg was mid as bro. Goldberg had 3 moves, and out of those 3 moves, he will botch 2 of them. But yeah, I think Bad Blood was a good show. Uh, Yeah, exactly. As a Goldberg fan, that shit made me laugh. I got 3 minutes for you. Yo, that shit, bro. Bro, when Gunther was like, come on, you want to fight? Come on, I got 3 minutes for you. Because, bro, that's all that Goldberg could give us is 3 minutes. He can't give us more than that. Right? You know what I mean? So that was amazing. I liked it. I love the character that Gunther is becoming, the champion that he is becoming. You understand what I'm saying? Like, ever since they put him on that promo with Damien, Gunther just took off, and it's crazy because they both took off, right? Damien also took off and became somebody credible. You know what I mean? Like Puerto Rican Scott Hall is now one of those wrestlers that we look for. Like, what's gonna happen with him? You understand what I'm saying? Like, he's getting cheered from the fans and all of that. And it was after that one promo with Gunther. And Gunther is like, every time we see him in the ring, we like, oh man, who the hell is he gonna diss now? You know? And I love it, but yo, I give Bad Blood, like I said, 7.5, close to an 8 because of those things, right? And I like it. I'm excited for tomorrow at Monday Night Raw. We get my man Jay Uso defending his title for the first time against Xavier Wood, and then we have Gunther defending against Sami Zayn. It's crazy how these 2 matches are on a regular episode of Monday Night Raw, and they weren't part of a PLE, but it's okay. Having title matches on regular episodes it's fine by me. Do it every week. I'm okay with it, even though we know what the end is, what the outcome to that is going to be. But I appreciate it. I like it, and like I said earlier, in the in the conversation, when Netflix comes around, the first 6 weeks, the first 3 months of Netflix, every show should feel like a PLE event in order to catch that attention from people. And production should be a lot better. I expect production to be way better, and production is already great. Okay, and yeah, um, excuse me, guys. This is live. Don't judge me. I need some water. But yeah, looking forward to it. If you guys, for you guys that have been here since the beginning, I appreciate you guys being in this with me for a whole hour. I appreciate it. Make sure that you guys, hit like, share it, so other people get to see it. And this is something that I'm gonna do from now on, twice a week. So the idea is to do Sundays and Wednesdays, right? Wednesdays because I will be able to cover what happened on Monday Night Raw, what happened on NXT, and stuff like that on Wednesdays, and then Sundays because I'll be able to cover what happened on SmackDowns, and whenever we get certain PLEs, we'll be able to do it on Sundays. I started a little too late today. I purposely wanted to do late so like that I could avoid having to deal with minors and stuff like that, because you guys know I curse a lot. You know what I mean? So imagine one of these kids watching this shit and I come out of nowhere. The tribal queef. Imagine like they mom like, what the hell are you watching? So, but I think I'm gonna lean more towards like a 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, so it could be a little earlier and we could get more people in here. But yes, man, look forward to seeing these every Wednesdays and every Sundays. Hopefully, it booms up and I could start doing more often. And like I said, I appreciate you guys being here. We've been here for an hour talking a whole bunch of crap. I love you guys. Make sure if you don't already follow me on the other platforms, my username is Vigilante Talks everywhere. On Facebook, Vigilante Talks. On Instagram, Vigilante Talks. On TikTok, I have a group on my Facebook where you know I talk to people more often, and we have direct contact and all of that. And I appreciate you guys. That will be all for today. My name is Brian. You guys know me as Vigilante Talks, and let's talk about it because that's what you follow me for or should follow me. Peace out, y'all.